Hey, it's Tyrone Jackson, Wealthy Investor again, and I just wanted to remind you that if you enjoy listening to the Trading Stocks Made Easy podcast, be sure to share it with your friends all across social media, including Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you enjoy hearing about success principles that inspire you, as well as interviews with some of my most successful students, I want to remind you it's right here at the Trading Stocks Made Easy podcast, wherever you get your podcast. And make sure you download as much free material as you want at thewealthyinvestor.net. I'll see you there.
It's time for the Trading Stocks Made Easy podcast. Each week, Trading Stocks Made Easy demystifies stock trading and investing so you can profit big. And now, here's the host of Trading Stocks Made Easy, the wealthy investor, Tyrone Jackson.
Well, hello there. Welcome back to Trading Stocks Made Easy. I'm your host, Tyrone Jackson. So happy we have our time together. Hey, I have a question. What would your life be like if money were actually your employee? If you knew how to put it to work for you and it multiplied predictably year after year after year. Well, you want to know something funny? Money really is your employee, and if you know how to put it to work, it really will multiply year after year after year. How many times have I told you on this show, your wealth is in your thinking? Most of the money that you will earn in your entire life is based on your belief system, what you believe to be possible. You know, in the Wealthy Investor program, I have some of the most extraordinary students in the world. I love learning from them. Many of them are people who started from immigrant backgrounds, just knew that they wanted a better life, and they go on to be doctors and entrepreneurs, and they're already hip to the idea that money works for them. By the time we meet, they usually have cash on the side, or they've been in the stock market with a trading strategy that didn't work, or they kept most of their money in mutual funds. Why? Because they had the belief that they would no longer trade time for dollars, and they knew to get richer and to have financial security, they had to put money to work for them. I am so inspired by their stories that they share with me that's how I actually got this episode. So let's go back to the notion that money is your employee, right? You know you're never, ever going to get rich trading time for dollars. Why? Because you only have but so much time in a week to receive compensation for, right? However, if you're putting money away, and let's say in a savings account, and you're earning 2% interest, is that good? Yes, it's not a lot, but it's a great habit. Why? Because somewhere along the line, your money is making money. When you have a job and you have a 401k or you contribute to a retirement account, what's happening? You're putting money aside and giving that money time to work for you. So it doesn't matter what you have. Wealth is a series of positive habits. So if you're always putting money away every single week, every single month, you're going to outperform the person who just trades time for dollars. Why? They never put money to work for them. Got it? Got it. All right. So why do people invest money? Why would you invest money in real estate or multi-level marketing or the stock market? So that your money works at a faster pace for you. So, for example, a lot of people don't realize you can go to your average bank and start buying T-bills, treasury bills, where you're loaning money to the United States government to get a guaranteed interest rate. However, your money is locked up for 1, 2, 3, 4 years, but your interest rate is going to be greater than what you have in savings. The reason to loan money to the United States government or local municipalities in the form of municipal bonds, is because you don't want necessarily your initial capital to go away. You just want a rate of return. So why are you willing to loan money to the United States government or a local municipality? Because money is working for you. Money is your employee. See, when you get good at putting money to work for you, all you're really doing in the end is measuring its performance. Hey, did I get 7% over there? Did I get 50% over there? Did I double my money? And really, when it comes to wealth building, that's your whole goal, is to keep putting money to work together for you, is to keep putting money to work for you in places where it multiplies. Well, that leads us right to the stock market, doesn't it? Why is it that wealthy people always put money in the stock market on a regular and continuous basis when markets are up, down, or declining? Because they see over time how well that money performs. So when we start buying stocks, we put our money to work for us by investing in other companies that generate billions and billions of dollars. And our goal is to do what? See the stock price rise. So I don't want you to get off on this idea that investing and saving is very complicated. It is not complicated at all. In fact, I can simplify it all for you in this one episode. Where does money go to work for you best? Now, in addition to where money goes to work for you best, it's where you're most comfortable. So I see a lot of people put their money into investment properties because they figure, well, someone is always going to need a place to live. I'll be the landlord and I'll collect that rent. That backfires when your tenants don't pay you because now you have to make the mortgage payment instead of creating positive cash flow. And positive cash flow is what investing is all about. You're going to put some money someplace, it's going to make money, and then you're going to enjoy the cash flow, or you're going to reinvest the cash flow. Do you get it? So there is no shortage of places in which you can put your money to work for you. Some people like multi-level marketing. Why? They know that they're going to invest their time and energy in essentially getting a sales force. They get paid for each person who comes in underneath them in their downline, and that's how they make residual income. Not only their financial investment, their investment in time. And I've seen a lot of people make a lot of money in multi-level marketing. But what I find so interesting, no matter how much money you make in real estate, no matter how much money you make in your private practice as an accountant or as a dentist, it still comes back to, at the end of the day, trading time for dollars, right? So all of these people who have engaged in this positive cycle of putting money to work for them ultimately come back to the stock market. Now, why do they all come back to the stock market? Because the stock market is proven over the last 100 years to make millionaires, and these days it's making billionaires. But it's only making billionaires for people who put money in the market on a regular and consistent basis. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people say, I have $25,000, I have $50,000, Tyrone, and I want to be rich. Well, I have to support that because they're off to a great start. But if you have $50,000 and you put it in an account and you never add anything to it, you're actually slowing down the rate at which your $50,000 or your monthly contributions can actually work for you. You see, rich people are constantly investing. They're paying attention to their investments. If you're in the stock market, you never buy the stock without knowing the story, right? So if the market ever pulls back, you can say, oh, I love that stock. It's going to be okay for the long term because you understand the story. So investing money isn't just a free-for-all. It's learning where it is working for you best. So I'm going to issue you a challenge. Write down the 4 places you have money invested now, that is excess, above and beyond what you need to live, and look at how well it's doing for you in your 401k, in your IRA, in your savings, in a bond, or some external place where it's housed. If you can track how well that money is doing, guess what? You're on the road to not being a good investor, but a great investor, because you always want to put money to work in a place where it works best for you. Back in a moment.
Want to increase your stock market trading profits? Then you need to start your monthly membership to WITradeschool.com right now. Don't understand how to write covered calls for monthly income? No problem. Simply review Tyrone's latest stock trades in our video library as many times as you need. WITradeschool.com is all about helping you get the financial education you need to earn money in the stock market and change your financial life. Tyrone Jackson, the wealthy investor, has helped his students earn thousands of dollars per month trading stocks online from home. These are people just like you. So what are you waiting for? Follow Tyrone Jackson's red-hot stock trades and investment strategies today. Don't wait. Start your monthly membership at WITradeschool.com right now.
Hey, it's Tyrone Jackson, Wealthy Investor again, and I just wanted to remind you that if you enjoy listening to the Trading Stocks Made Easy podcast, be sure to share it with your friends all across social media, including Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you enjoy hearing about success principles that inspire you, as well as interviews with some of my most successful students, I want to remind you it's right here at the Trading Stocks Made Easy podcast, wherever you get your podcast. And make sure you download as much free material as you want at thewealthyinvestor.net. I'll see you there. Hey, it's Tyrone Jackson, and we're back from break. Hey, listen, this episode, Money is Your Employee, speaks the truth. It really is your employee. Why? As I said at the beginning of the show, there's only so much time you could actually do working for a living, right? So therefore, you need to put cash on cash in a place where it multiplies. You pick the vehicles and then you monitor your success. Now, recently, I've had a group of students in several cities where they don't know each other spend time with me after one of my live events. And I love meeting people who've done well. In fact, you could even say I'm a little addicted to success, and I love success stories. So this past week, I had 3 students explain to me how they got to $500,000 in their account before they even met me. Right? And I won't mention their names to protect their privacy, but I'll tell you that 2 of them are in the beauty business, which is really amazing. So I recently had the opportunity to sit down with someone who worked for a really big tech company and was traveling all over the world. And he realized that he was tired of constantly catching international flights. And he said, I've saved some money, but there's got to be a way in which I can put this money to work for me. So he investigated a series of businesses and he discovered the hair salon business and a business called Supercuts. And he winds up today owning 7 Supercut stores, getting residual income, getting a salary, still keeping his big tech job. And he says, but now that I have amassed enough money from this chain, I actually want to put it in the stock market and have it accelerate even faster. And that he has done. And he's made hundreds of thousands of dollars trading in the stock market, not to mention dividends, right? So wealth is a series of positive habits, but wealth also has a series of cycles to it. People who tend to do the right thing with their money, and not only one instance, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 times. So they're in this cycle, and then they find out where their money best performs, and then they diversify. Hey, maybe I'll keep some money in the business, and maybe I'll take some of that money out of that business and make more money on my money by putting it in the stock market. And when they put it in the stock market and they discovered covered call writing, well, then the game is over, right? Because when you're a covered call writer, you have no employees whatsoever. If you're covered call writing on dividend stocks, your money is really multiplying because you're getting dividend checks. And now you are truly in $1 million cycle of wealth and residual income. Now, here's what's interesting. Wherever you are right now in your life, you have the opportunity to jumpstart a cycle of wealth. The key is constantly putting money someplace where it works. I have another group of students. I was shocked. They're in their early 30s. They started a janitorial and cleaning service. So they went around to all the businesses in their local neighborhood and they said, who cleans up your office afterwards? Hey, for a flat rate, we'll be here every single week and we'll charge your credit card once a month for all our professional cleaning services. That led to workers coming in, which then led to a van, which led to more vans, which led to a business that produces millions of dollars just in their neighborhood. When they hit their goals, they were very goal-oriented, which I really love. When they hit their goal, these 2 partners realized that they were in the cycle of wealth, but they wanted to diversify a little bit more since they no longer had to run the business, but just collect the paycheck. One of them decided they wanted to go into residential real estate and discovered a housing method for buying houses no money down. The other said, I don't like real estate, just like me. I don't want to have to show up and go to court and chase people for rent, and he was attracted to the stock market. Now, they're still great friends. They still own their core business, but now they earn $1 million each from their core business, and they're ready to take their real estate holdings and their stock market residual to the next level. These are real people, and they managed to do all of this under the age of 35. And as they were telling me their story, I couldn't help but to be energized and excited because they've discovered the cycle of wealth. In fact, they're the first people in their family to become self-made millionaires because their parents were immigrants. Now, what is it that immigrants know that we don't? Well, when they come to a country like America, they're searching for answers. And they are one of the first people I have noticed to discover the money game. When you're born in the United States, sometimes we take for granted all of the opportunity that we have around us, and we need to re-examine our money beliefs and our consciousness. And that's why I talk to you so much during these shows about your belief systems. Because if you have a business or you've tried having several businesses, it's not the business that's not working, it's your consciousness. You're probably not choosing a business that allows you to start with low capital that has high rate of return. That's why I've always loved businesses where people had cleaning services or they cut other people's grass and they did it for a flat rate charge to their credit card, because the more clients you have, the more money you make and the less your administrative costs, because if you're just billing 1,500 credit cards or 150 credit cards or 88 credit cards a month, you have a reliable income stream. You can take some of that money that comes out of your quote-unquote side hustle and put it in the stock market. And that in and of itself is its own cycle of wealth. The third students that I met are husband and wife who live in the middle of the country. They've done really well for themselves working at tech companies, but they love the beauty salon business. Why? Because there's so much cash that is exchanged, and they chose something that they loved. Well, they have one salon that does very, very well. They take a salary from that. They have a 401k, and their other source of income comes from the stock market. See, they're in the cycle of wealth too, and not only do they have employees, but they also view money as an employee that works for them. So when you change your outlook, when you change your mindset, when you adjust your belief system, the whole world is yours. Now, these aren't the only businesses that allow you to generate wealth and cash flow that can be reinvested. There are literally hundreds more. I've seen people who have math tutoring businesses in the six figures, of course, in areas like New York, LA, Chicago, where there's money. And then they break off a piece of the $100,000, and every single month they contribute that to the what? To the stock market, which produces covered call income and dividend income. You can start your own cycle of wealth. And if you can't, you can help your spouse start a cycle of wealth and achieve financial success together. It all starts with your desire, with your vision. Where do you see yourself 2 to 5 years from now? Where would you like to be in your life 2 to 5 years from now? Do you want mountains and mountains of residual income? We know that's the key. But residual income from both your brokerage account and residual income from your business means what? You are putting money to work for you in multiple sets of circumstances. And when markets are right and stocks are rising and the economy is strong, you are going to do well. Start your own cycle of wealth. Why? Because money is your employee, and you need to have the right financial education to put money to work for you. I'm Tyrone Jackson, a wealthy investor, saying I'll see you right here next week on the next Trading Stocks Made Easy.
You've been listening to the Trading Stocks Made Easy podcast. Be sure to rate and review our show on iTunes. While you're on iTunes, be sure to click the subscribe button and you'll automatically receive our next episode.